Okie dokie. Ho ho. Let's go.
Hey guys, it's Retro here, and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to Miso Games in Essex, which is a shop that I've been to a few times now, and I absolutely love visiting, as it's one of my most favourite gaming shops. And I also managed to find some really awesome pickups to add to the collection today. Now, in my Norwich game hunt video, on the gaming market video, I hinted about going to try and find a retro gaming grail, which is they have there, and one that I've wanted for absolutely years in the collection. But I went there to look at it, and sadly it wasn't quite as it seems. Absolutely fine, but it was missing quite a big piece, and that's why the price was really good. So sadly didn't manage to secure the grail, but I still managed to find some awesome bits to add to the collection. I won't tell you what the grail is now. I'll show you it in the footage, because I got some footage of it. It was a real shame not to pick that up, but like I say, still picked up some really awesome bits. I'm always really excited to go to Miso Games. It's just such an incredible shop, and one that I always look forward to going back and visiting again. So if you enjoyed the video, please like, please subscribe, but without further ado, let's go to Miso Games. So here I am walking up to Miso Games. Now the really good thing about this shop is there's an absolutely huge car park, because this is sort of like a little shopping village. There's loads of shops all around. So if you're going with other people that aren't bothered about retro gaming, they can be occupied in the other shops while you're looking around this shop, which is really good. But here we are at Miso Games. Now this shop is absolutely incredible. I cannot tell you how much I love visiting this shop, and I definitely will be coming back here soon, as there's just some incredible stuff inside. But here I am walking inside. Now, no matter how many gaming shops I go to, I always get really excited to visit them, even if I've been quite a few times, and I was just so excited to go back to Miso Games. Absolutely great shop. As you can see, starting off here, we have some VHS. They do a little bit of all sorts, mostly games, but they do have VHS and toys as well, which is pretty cool. But moving on to the games, which is what I'm really here for, here we have the GameCube section. A section that if you're familiar with the channel, you know I do quite like the GameCube. Now, sometimes when you go to these gaming shops, you see like a few boxed N64 games, but Miso Games has absolutely loads, and that was the same with the NES and even the SNES collection that they had. Sometimes you see like 7 or 8 in a shop, and that's quite a good selection when they're boxed, but they had absolutely loads, and even some of them loads of each title, so you can pick like the best condition one. I just absolutely love going to this shop. So I've paused the video here to talk to you about this item, the Donkey Konga Ultimate Bongo Bundle. So this includes the console, controller, game, and also the bongos, and this was my grail item, and this is what I went there for. Now this is an absolutely mega rare GameCube piece, an exclusive bundle, exclusive to the UK, so this is a very rare item, especially to find in the box. Now when I got this down to have a look at it, it should have a black GameCube inside, but the black GameCube should be in its original black GameCube box, just a standard one, which are worth quite a lot of money, but sadly it was missing that. Now this is a very good price at 175. Very good compared to the eBay listings, but that was obviously why. So I just had to leave it behind this time, which was a real shame. But like I said, I still managed to pick up some awesome bits to add to the collection. Always really nice to see lots of complete Game Boy, Game Boy Color and Game Boy Advance games, and I did actually pick one of these original Game Boy games to add to the collection. Can you guess which one I bought? It's nice to see a relatively large original Xbox selection. That's something that you don't see very often. Now, I don't really collect for Xbox as a company, but the original Xbox is the one that I do collect for the most. Didn't grab any games today, but it's still pretty cool to see a selection that big. Now, this is a console that I do enjoy collecting for, the PSP. Now, I didn't add anything to my collection from the PSP section today, but there was some really good titles here, and there was actually a lot of PSP games, and that's something that you don't see very often, which is a shame, because I think it's quite an underrated console. Now, it's very cool to see a Sega Saturn selection that big, but how about a big selection of boxed, complete and television games? I mean, that is just pretty much unheard of in some of these gaming shops. But not only that, they also sell Atari Lynx, which you saw earlier. There's some Panasonic 3DO games, just absolutely crazy stuff. That boxed original Sega Master System was in such good condition up there. Now, I don't collect for Sega, but if I did, that would be an absolutely amazing piece. Obviously, the Master System was released in the 80s, and to find one in that good condition is very rare. Very nice Game Gear selection here. Now again, I don't collect for Sega. My dad collects exclusively for Sega. So he did have a look at this section here and he did buy a game for his collection. So that was my trip to Miso Games in Essex. Now let's go back to the games room and check out those pickups. So I am back from Miso Games, and yeah, like I said in the footage, that Donkey Konga GameCube, the big pack with the bongos and game and everything, but sadly when I looked inside, as I said, the box inside was missing, which is a lot of money. It was £175, but that's a really good price compared to eBay, like much cheaper, but that's obviously why, because it's missing that box. Which was a bit of a shame, but I still managed to buy some awesome pickups. So the first game I bought was an original Game Boy game. At the time this didn't have an insert, but I just put a replacement insert in one of my less expensive games. And that is the Incredible Crash Dummies on original Game Boy. Now this is a game that I've played on the Sega Game Gear. If you're not familiar with the channel, I collect for Nintendo, PlayStation and Atari, and my dad collects for boxed Sega games. And this is a game that I absolutely loved on the Game Gear, and I really wanted to have my own copy of it on the original Game Boy. And I'm really looking forward to playing this. Now, as you know, I do collect a few retro toys, not too much, little bits here and there. But the Crash Dummies toys are toys that I'd absolutely love to have in the collection, as they're so cool. And look at this box art on this original Game Boy version. This is so cool. Now, I'm not going to open this up and everything, so I've put a protector around it, and it's in really good condition. I mean, there's a tiny little bit of whitening on this corner here, but apart from that, this is in really good condition. And it is hard to find good condition original Game Boy games. So I'm very happy with this. As you can see, there is a $24.99 Woolworths sticker on the back, which is really cool. I'm definitely leaving that on because I quite like that. But yeah, really pleased to pick this up. This has been a game that I've been keeping my eyes open for a long time and haven't been able to find it. Now this is the same price as it is in CEX, £30, but they've currently got no copies in stock. And I can almost guarantee that this copy will be in better condition than CEX. because it looks really, really nice. I only went there a few days ago, so I haven't had the chance to play this yet, but I am really looking forward to it. Seeing as I just mentioned about my dad collecting for Sega, he also bought a Sega game from Miso Games today, a boxed Game Gear game, and that is Donald Duck, the Lucky Dime Caper. Really, really good game on the Master System, because he also has it on the Master System when I played it, and it was very, very fun. But I have never played it on the Game Gear, but from the back, the graphics for the Game Gear look really, really good. I think this has aged very, very well, so I searched out some gameplay footage before I did the video, and yeah, this looks like a really, really solid game. And again, the artwork on the front is absolutely awesome. Now this one is also in pretty good condition. The original Game Gear, which are games that you've really struggled to find in the first place, let alone in the box in this good condition, he was very, very pleased to pick this one up. And also, if you're not familiar with the channel, one of my main goals is to get the full UK PAL GameCube collection, which is a huge challenge, and I managed to pick up 2 games to add to it today. One game which is only a £5 game, and one game that's a bit more expensive. So I'm going to show you the £5 game first, and that is Madden 2004. Now this is the sort of game that you'd only pick up if you're going for the full set. You're not really going to want to play Madden 2004 particularly. But I do quite enjoy sports games, so I might put this one in and play it for a little while. And Madden games you don't see very often in this country, so for a £5 I was really pleased to pick this up and tick it off the list. This is in very nice condition. I'll show you inside as well. It is complete and in very nice condition. It's actually got my Miso Games receipt in there. I better take that out of there actually. Very, very nice condition, complete and boxed, like I said. And I haven't got very many of the Madden games yet, so this was a very good one to tick off the list. And the other game I picked up was a little bit more expensive. It's not like an overly expensive game, it's £25. But the reason that I managed to pick this up was I'd already bought quite a few bits, and there were quite a few pricey bits from Miso Games. But as I said in my last video, I've been sorting out my games room quite a lot lately. Just getting rid of bits and pieces that I don't need to make more room for stuff that I do need. And I found quite a lot of strategy guides for like the 360 and PS3, which aren't the consoles that I'm really fussed about. A few PS4 ones as well, I think. So I actually had 8 strategy guides that I took into there, and I got £15 trading credit. So they just took £15 off the bill, which I was really, really pleased with, because they weren't great guides at all. They were like Call of Duty, GTA guides and stuff like that, ones that I'm not fussed about. So that made this £25 game £10, so I could justify picking it up. And that is Project Number 3 on the GameCube. This has been a game that I've been so intrigued to try, as I've heard a lot of people regard it as a very, very good game. It is developed by Capcom, which is not surprising, which is going to be a good game. Capcom are one of my favourite game developers, and from the back, this looks absolutely incredible. Now, I haven't had time to play this one yet, but this is on my list of games next to play. This is definitely top of that list, because this looks so, so good. So yeah, very, very pleased to have this, and look at the front of that. This looks so, so cool. Now, this didn't come in this protector. I put it in this protector because I like to put my more expensive games in these protectors. These aren't overly expensive because you could just buy DVD ones because they're just the same size as a DVD case. So I'm very, very pleased to have this one in the collection. Now, I would like to know your thoughts about this one, as I'm really, really looking forward to playing it. Just because it looks really, really good. So yeah, like I say, this is going to be the next game that I get stuck into. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, please subscribe to our channel Retrohead, and also let me know in the comments, what gaming pickups have you had recently? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all later. Bye!